The chandeliers of the Orion Grand Hotel glowed like captured constellations, spilling soft gold light over marble floors polished to a mirror finish. The city's most powerful people moved through the ballroom with rehearsed grace. Politicians, corporate tycoons, media moguls, and their impeccably dressed spouses. Every laugh was calculated. Every handshake carried a hidden agenda. This was not just a party. This was a battlefield disguised as elegance. And standing near a pillar, desperately trying not to be noticed, was Elena Moore. She smoothed the fabric of her pale gray dress with nervous fingers. It wasn't designer. It wasn't custom-fitted. She had bought it on sale and altered it herself late at night, stitching quietly so her husband wouldn't complain about the light or the noise. Elena had once dreamed of becoming a concert pianist. Instead, she became invisible. Tonight marked the 20th anniversary gala of Moore International Holdings, a multinational corporation with fingers in real estate, defense logistics, and global shipping. And her husband, Adrian Moore, was the celebrated CEO. From across the room, Adrian laughed loudly, holding court among investors. His black tuxedo was perfectly tailored. His hair was slicked back just enough to suggest power without vanity. A diamond cufflink caught the light every time he moved his hand. Adrian loved nights like this, because here he mattered. Elena watched him, a quiet ache forming in her chest. She remembered the days when Adrian used to look at her the same way he now looked at the crowd, with hunger, admiration, belief. Back when they were young, when success was a shared dream, not a weapon. She took a small step forward, intending to stand beside him like a proper wife. That was her first mistake. Adrian's eyes flicked toward her. The warmth vanished. He excused himself abruptly and crossed the ballroom in long, angry strides. His smile remained plastered on for the guests, but his grip on her arm was brutal. "What are you wearing?" he hissed through clenched teeth. Elena blinked. You thought? His nails dug into her skin. "You look cheap. Do you have any idea who's here tonight?" Her voice dropped to a whisper. "I didn't want to spend." "Of course you didn't," he snapped. "You never understand image. You never have." Guests passed by, pretending not to notice. Adrian leaned closer. "Go stand near the back. And don't talk to anyone. If you embarrass me tonight, I swear." "I won't," she said quickly. He released her arm like she disgusted him. Elena retreated, cheeks burning. For 12 years, this had been her life. She supported him through law school, through the first failing startup, through nights when creditors called and eviction loomed. She sold her mother's jewelry to pay rent. She worked as a music teacher by day and cleaned offices by night. When success finally arrived, Adrian rewrote history. In his version, he had done everything alone. The orchestra softened as a woman's voice announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Margaret Moore." Adrian's mother ascended the stage like royalty. Her silver gown shimmered. Her smile was practiced and sharp. Elena swallowed hard. She knew what came next. As the toast ended, Elena stepped forward politely, holding a champagne flute she hadn't even tasted. "Happy anniversary, Margaret," she said softly. Margaret turned too quickly. Her elbow struck Elena's hand. The glass shattered. Champagne splashed across the marble and onto Margaret's gown. The sound echoed like a gunshot. The orchestra stopped. Silence fell. Hundreds of eyes locked onto Elena. Margaret gasped dramatically. "Oh my goodness!" Adrian spun around. His face contorted with rage. "What the hell is wrong with you?" he shouted. Elena froze. "She bumped me." "Liar," Adrian barked. "You're always clumsy. Always ruining things. Margaret dabbed her dress theatrically. Honestly, Adrian, I warned you. Some people don't belong in our world. That was it. Something inside Adrian snapped. Security, he roared. Get her out, now. Elena felt hands grab her arms. Adrian, please, she whispered. You're hurting me. I don't care, he said coldly. Take her to the car, lock the doors. Let her sit there until she learns some respect. The guests murmured. No one intervened. She was dragged through the ballroom like a criminal. Outside, the night air slapped her face as she was shoved into a black luxury sedan. The doors slammed shut. The locks clicked. Elena sat alone in the dark. Her reflection stared back at her in the tinted glass, mascara smeared, lips trembling, eyes hollow. She pressed her fists against the window. Please, she sobbed. I just want to go home. That's when the engine shut off. The driver turned around. He was an older man with steady eyes, Mr. Carter. He had driven for the Moore family longer than Adrian had been CEO. Mrs. Moore, he said calmly, please don't cry. She stared at him in shock. There's something you need to know, he continued. Your father's instructions were very clear. My father? Elena whispered. Mr. Carter reached into his jacket and pulled out a tablet. An hour ago, he said, the ownership transfer was finalized. He handed her the screen. Her hands shook as she read. Sole owner, Elena R. Moore. Her breath caught. That's impossible, she whispered. No, Mr. Carter said. What's impossible is how long you were kept in the dark. He explained everything. Her father, founder of Moore International, had stepped aside years ago, placing the company in a blind trust. Adrian was never the owner. He was on a timed contract, a test. And tonight, Adrian failed spectacularly. Elena, Mr. Carter said gently, you now own everything. The company, the car, the security team. Elena felt something shift deep inside her chest. The pain hardened. The fear dissolved. What about my husband? She asked quietly. Mr. Carter met her gaze. That's your decision now. She wiped her face. Unlock the doors. When Elena stepped back into the ballroom, the music faltered. Adrian noticed her immediately. His face twisted in fury. Didn't I tell you to stay in the car? She didn't answer. She walked past him, straight to the stage. Gasps rippled through the room as she took the microphone. Good evening, Elena said calmly. I apologize for the interruption. Adrian laughed nervously. Ignore her. She's emotional. Elena smiled faintly. I am Elena Moore, she said. And as of tonight, I am the sole owner of Moore International Holdings. Silence. Then chaos. Adrian lunged forward. This is insanity. Security, Elena said softly. The guards moved, not toward her. Toward Adrian. His face drained of color. This event is over, Elena continued. It was funded illegally using company accounts. She paid the staff on the spot, publicly, decisively. The guests left in stunned silence. Adrian stood alone, stripped, exposed. The next morning, his access card didn't work. By noon, his name was removed from every office door. By evening, he was served divorce papers, on her terms. Elena returned to the piano that night. For the first time in years, her hands didn't shake. Ending line, perfect for YouTube voiceover. Sometimes, the woman you silence isn't weak. She's just waiting for the moment you hand her the microphone.